Hey, hey, how are you guys? Sorry, I gotta take this off of here for a second because I know that we're gonna do that overhead in a minute, but for now I want y'all on my magnetic one so I can control it a little bit better. So, all right, tonight is our nightly live, which is different than our morning one because instead of coffee, you can have whatever you would like to sip on while we are doing our live. Hello, Mother. How are you? Hey, Feral Mom. Welcome in. Welcome in. You guys don't forget to grab your fan club points right here. And tap the screen, share it out to anybody you think might want to paint with us tonight. And tap the screen, share it out to anybody you think might want to paint with us tonight. Doing a peacock. How stinking cute is that? This is tonight's tutorial. We will be doing a watercolor colored pencil mixed media tutorial of this evening. So if you guys are wanting to learn how to do watercolor, learn how to paint, learn how to draw, all the things, don't be afraid to join us because we're going to have some fun and really enjoy this one. It's got color, it's got all kinds of fun stuff, and so we are going to have a blast tonight doing watercolor. Y'all, today I got the cha-ching on my Etsy store, which is very rare, and because I don't do anything with it most of the time, but I posted this. I probably shouldn't have said that because I might get in trouble, but I posted this months ago, and this is going to a new home this week. It's been in a frame on my desk because I love it so much. But hey, Feral Mom, only on Wednesday nights. Wednesday nights is my night to do the nightly because I have my grandkids on Tuesdays. And so I have that they spend the night on Tuesday nights and then I have them on Wednesday mornings. So I can't do a live on Wednesday mornings. So I do my live on Wednesday nights instead. So Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time is my nightly live. The rest of the time they're mornings. So anyway, this got snagged up today and is going to go to a new home. And I was kind of sad because it's been in my little frame on my desk and I've been looking at it since fall and I've truly enjoyed it. This was one of the very first watercolor paintings that I ever did that I felt like, oh my gosh, my skill set is actually leveled up a little bit. And so it kind of is a little special to me, and it's called Oaks of Righteousness. Oaks of Righteousness. It's based on Isaiah 61:3, and I just love it. And I'm kind of sad that it got sold, but you know what? It sold for a good amount. I was shocked at because when I listed it, it was the very first ACEO I ever listed, and I never listed anymore on that site, and I put it for a price that I thought nobody's going to pay that for it, but they did today. I'm so excited to send this off, but at the same time, I'm kind of sad because I do love this. However, it is going to go to a new home this week. So I also have several of my limited edition prints done, and I wanted to show you guys how they came out on this beautiful Meeden paper, because I think these prints look almost like the original. Look at this. This is a limited edition print of the worm. This one is the limited edition print of the giraffe. This is the skunk. And then the fox, because y'all, Kaylin got the fox. So it is on its way to her house. But here is the limited edition print of it, and I think it looks really good. And my little hippo. So all of these prints turned out really, really nice. And they look very much like the original because the paper is so nice. So, and you can definitely tell the difference from the yucky paper that I have. So I am excited about that. We had several that went to new homes this week. So, Amy, thank you so much for the follow. I am going to follow you back. I'm just checking to see who's on. I know you wouldn't know it, right, Feral Mom? They look really, really close to the original. I have 10 limited edition prints available in each one of those that I will have available in my live events and also on my site. So I'm excited about that. Okay, we are going to be doing a peacock tonight. So let's talk about what we are going to need. Let me grab my supplies so I have them prepared. The first thing that you are going to need is some paper, okay? And this is the paper that I use. I need to grab my wooden block so I can tape my paper down. And we will start out with the paper. So this is the paper that I use, and one of the things I love about the Meeden paper is the texture. I use the cold press, but you can see this beautiful texture that it has. So that is something that I absolutely love. I will tell you this, I did get a new paper in. I haven't tried it yet, but I did get some in, and I will let you guys know how I feel about that paper once I try it out. It feels really nice, but I'm just not sure how I'm going to like it once I get paper on it. But this is my favorite, very favorite paper. And I use the 5x7 size for my ACEOs, and this is why. I'm going to show you guys how this works. If you take 4 of the ACEOs and you put them on a 5x7 sheet, you get 4 equal ACEO sizes, 2.5 by 3.5, and you don't have any waste. So as you can see, it fits on here perfectly because it's a 5x7. So you don't end up with a strip that you can't use or a little piece that you can't use. Like, it's perfect to get 4 equal ACEO sizes. So I love the 5x7 size for that reason. And so that's what I use for my ACEOs, is the 5x7 size. Now for my limited edition prints, I use the 4x3 size. So I use the 4x3 and then I cut them down. So I put it in the very middle and then I cut it down. I do that because I want these to look very close to the originals. And if I were to hold this one up, this is a print. Okay, you can see it's a beautiful print. And this one is lame paper. If you look at the difference, you can definitely tell which one is the better print, right? You can just see. I mean, the texture on this is beautiful. The color is beautiful. It looks almost like an original. This, however, is blurry around the edges. It looks very faded, and it's very obviously a print. So that is why I use these for my limited edition prints, is the 4x3. So I use the same paper that the original is on, but it's just a print. And they turn out beautifully. Like I said, I have several. These all went out this week. The originals went out this week. So these are the prints of my originals. And you cannot, I mean, look, you can, obviously it's a print, especially my signature. You can definitely tell my signature. But I mean, I'm not selling them as originals. They're limited edition prints. And they are beautiful on this paper. And they look very, very close to the original, which is the idea behind fine art limited edition prints. So I'm just going to say that paper matters, guys, not just with your originals, but it also matters for your prints. So like I said, this is the paper that I use for prints. This is the paper I use for my original. They're both Meeden. They're both cold pressed. They're both 100% cotton, and they are absolutely amazing. I love this paper, so that's what I will be using tonight. So any questions on paper before we move on to everything else that we're going to be using tonight? Just to make sure that nobody has any questions. Okay, so the next thing you're going to need is you are going to need a pencil, because we will be drawing out our peacock tonight. And here is the pencil set that I use, which is, hang on, dun-da-da, there we go. It is the Nick Pro mechanical pencil set. And I love this pencil set, and I'll tell you why. It helps me to stay very consistent in all of my drawing, okay? So you have your 0.5, your 0.7, your 0.9, and 3 of your 2.0s. You get all of the lead to go with them, all of the hardnesses. You get your HBs and your 2Bs. You get your 6Bs. You get your 4H, your HB, your 2H. All of those are all here for these. They're color-coded, so you know what goes with what. You also get 3 erasers. You get a kneaded eraser. You get extra small erasers. And you get colored inks for your 2.0. And you get your pencil sharpeners. Now, the reason that I like to use a mechanical pencil versus a regular pencil is because if I want consistent lines like this, I wanted his hair to be very consistent. If I use a regular pencil, that lead is going to dull down. And so some of my hair is going to be wide and some of my hair is going to be thin. But if I use a mechanical pencil, the only thing that's going to change is the length of the lead, not the width of the lead. So you can stay really consistent in your drawing when you use a mechanical pencil. So I highly, highly suggest, if you're going to draw, to always use a mechanical pencil as opposed to a regular pencil. Not that I don't use regular pencils. There is a time and place for them. But when I'm wanting consistent lines, I do not veer from my mechanical pencil. I love my mechanical pencil, and I strongly, strongly suggest you have a really good mechanical pencil set with all of the different sizes. Okay, so this Nick Pro set is really good for that. And you can see that when I did my drawing, I used the 0.5 for the hair, but then I moved to the 0.7 for the whiskers. So if I want a wider line, I just move to the different size of pencil. Thank you. This drawing is going to be available to you guys soon. I'm going to have a LINK on my site for you guys so y'all can download it. But I just haven't I've got the file situated, but I haven't got the link set up yet. Oh, oops. I'm not supposed to say that. Sorry. I haven't got it set up yet for you guys, but y'all are going to be able to get it. So, yeah, and it's, well, this is a marker. I went over it with a marker. Yes. Sorry. I drew this with pencil originally, and then I went over it with a black multi-liner. So, yes, it is black. It's not that dark with the pencil. I used an HB. I used a HB lead, so it was fairly dark, but I did this mostly with, I did the whole thing with a pencil, and then I went back over it with my my multi-liner. I actually used the grabby multi-liners for this one. So yeah, it is dark. Sorry, I should have said that. Okay. Let's see what else. Okay, so there's my spill on pencils. So we're going to draw this out with that. Okay. You are also going to need some paints. We're going to do watercolor paints. You're going to need a waterproof pen, and you're going to need some colored pencils, and we'll go through all of that. And you'll need as far as the waterproof pen, you can use a micron, you can use a grabby multi-liner. I'll be using the Secure microns tonight. And then also I use gel pens for the eyes to go over that, so I don't have to paint around them. So if you want to have a good gel pen, that's a black and white gel pen. That's also something that I would say, have on hand too. So A.R. Miller, thank you so much for your purchase. You're going to love that pencil set. You'll be really pleased with how consistently those pencils work. I love them. Okay, so that's what we're doing. So go ahead and let's get our paints out as well. We're going to be using the Meet-In paint set. So let me show you this. I'm using the 96 color palette, but they do make a 48. Either one is fine, guys. Okay. Yep, Stacey Lee, it's a really great pencil set. It has this, the 96 one has the palette that folds out, okay? And it does detach, which I usually detach it and keep it off to the side and use it when I need it. It comes with a pencil, it comes with a brush, it comes with an eraser and 2 art sponges along with your 48 colors in your primaries and secondaries. They go from lightest to darkest, and then the color families move down like this. Then you have 30 different metallic colors. You have 12 macaroons, and then you have 6 neon colors. All of these are amazing. I love this palette. They are creamy. They are buttery. They last a very long time because they are so creamy and buttery. You don't have to use a lot of paint in order to get really bright pigments out of these. So I love, love, love this palette. This is my go-to palette out of all of the palettes that I have. Hey, Stacey Lee, and I can tell you for sure that it is my #1 favorite palette for sure. Now, before this, my 48 color palette was my favorite palette. So I upgraded to this about 4 months ago from the 48 color to the 96 color. But until for like a year and a half, I used the 48 color palette and I loved it. And I still love it. I still use it when I don't want to fill it out. But I saw that, A.R. Miller. Yes, thank you so much. I'm so excited for you. You're going to love it. So I love this palette, and it's definitely worth having. So, all right, so that's the palette that we're going to use. We're going to use 2 different kinds of brushes tonight. We are going to use the Meet-In brushes. That's this set right here. I have the 4 brush set, which is the 1, 3, 5, and 7. I do not have the 9 brush set, nor do I feel like I needed the 9 brush set. I really mainly use these 2, but I use these for backgrounds. The great thing about these are the fact that, A.R. Miller, thank you for the follow. I'm going to follow you back right now. I use these exclusively for most of my art. I absolutely love the fact that they don't rust. I love that the ferrule stays tight and they don't shed. They're short, so you can control your strokes. They are designed to reduce hand fatigue. So you have this widening of the arm of them, and that's to reduce your hand fatigue. Love, love, love it so much. These will level up your art so fast. I'm not playing around when I say that. And they are a professional brush set that does not break the bank. They're not going to cost you an arm and a leg. You're going to get this full 4 brush set for a really good price. And it's worth it, you know, to have a good brush set. So, but you're not going to pay that professional price. You're going to get a professional set without a professional price, which I love. So Shelly, thank you for the follow. I'm going to follow you back. So yes, they are very good, Stacey Lee. I love them. Okay, so this is the brush set. This is one of the brush sets we're going to use. The other brush set that we're going to use is our detail brush set, which we're going to need the detail brush set tonight, I think, because we're going to have those peacock feathers, because we're doing the peacock tonight. So this is the other set that I use. This set is a phenomenal detail brush set, y'all. It is 20 different brushes, and you get your angled brushes, you get your fan brushes, you get your liners, your round brushes, and your flat brushes all in one. And this is it also comes with this case, which is great. It doesn't stay open. I have to hold it open. But I love the fact that these brushes are so amazing. They don't shed, or at least I have not had any issues with them shedding. They don't rust. They're designed also to reduce hand fatigue. And when you're doing detail work, I can assure you, your hand gets tired. So they're really great for that. So I love this detail brush set. It's by Golden Maple, and I highly recommend it. So that's what we'll be using for our detail brush set. Okay. All right. The other thing that we are going to be using tonight is we are going to use the Sakura multi-liner micron pens for our waterproof pens. I'm just going to reach over here. I'm just going to lean over here and show you those. They're all right here. These are all of the multi-liners that come in that set. It's 16 different pens and all the sizes. And it has the 003 size and the 005, which are the two I use the most. I love this set, guys. It's really good. I love the other set that I love is the Grabby multi-liners. Let me pin the Sakura ones for you guys so you know what I'm talking about. This is the set that is right here, okay? And they are these, the micron. There we go. Microns. I love these. They're archival ink. They do not smear when you put water on them. They are excellent for whatever you like. I just bought some metallic paints that would be amazing to paint with. Oh, I bet you can use them. You can use them on the peacock feathers tonight. How about that? That would be cool. Okay, so we'll be using those. However, the other multi-liner pen set that I love and use quite regularly is this one right here. It's the Grabby multi-liners, and it's 20 pens in this set, and I love the fact that it comes with the colors. So you get all of your black sizes, including the 003 and the 005, which I use the most, but you also get 05s in all of your colors, which is really nice too. So I love both of these. Now, they did reach out to me and tell me that they're coming out with a set that's just the black and then just the colors as well. So they're supposed to be sending me those, and I don't know if they're different sizes than this or not, but this is a really good set as well. So you can use, I recommend any of those. These are more of the microns down here. I have a ton of microns because I use them all the time. I run the ink right out of them. So I can tell you guys that any of these right here on these 4 shelves are chef's kiss. So I love those and I recommend all of those. I am going to, again, be using this set right here tonight. So I'll be using the Sakura ones this evening. The last thing that we will be using tonight are going to be the colored pencils. They are right here. I'm going to move this out of the way really quickly so that you guys can see these. This is the 240 set. Okay. And it comes in this tin. Oops. I have to use 2 hands, guys. Sorry. Ugh. And several of them, you're going to see that I'm missing several because they're right here in my bin because I'm still using them for a coloring page that I'm working on. But these come in color families. So you get your 6 primary color families, and then you get your neutrals and your blacks and grays. So all of your primary color families are in one tray. Like all your pinks will be in one tray. This is the neutrals. It'll be in a tray. Then you've got your yellows and oranges, and then you have your purples and so forth. So you get 8 full tins of pencils in here. And thank you for the heart me, Stacy Lee. Oh, thank you, A.R. Miller. Yeah, that pen organizer is the Meeden marker organizer, and you can find that below in my shopping bag. It is worth every dime. I have 2 of them. I have one over here as well, right there. So, but yes, I love, love, love them. And I will probably end up getting a 3rd one at some point because I have ran out of room on both of mine. So these are the color pencils. And I love the fact that you get so many options in each color. And the reason that I love having options is because when you color with colored pencils, you get, this is the 3 color set, okay? So I did this with the 3 color set, or not 3 color set, with the 72 color set, and it turned out beautifully. So I just want you guys to know, first of all, that the 72 color set that I had before, I loved, and it's beautiful. However, sorry, I have something in my throat. I'm going to take a drink real fast. My throat's kind of scratchy tonight. However, if you look, this is the 72 color set. I had a dark, a light, and a medium green to choose from. Actually, I probably had maybe 4 or 5 to choose from, but I ended up with a light, a medium, and a dark, right? Same thing with the orange, light, medium, dark, and this pink or red, light, medium, dark. However, when I shifted to the 240 set, you can see the difference. I had more to choose from, so I could do a light medium, a medium dark, and then a dark. And that makes this ombre color, this blend so much better. So you can see here with 3 colors of green, here with 5 colors of green, here with 6 colors of orange versus 3 colors of orange. They're both beautiful, okay? Like when you look at that, they're both beautiful. I don't have a problem with how this looks. I think it's beautiful. But as I learned more about colored pencils and more about blending, I realized that having more options in each color is going to give me a much better result. So that is why I upgraded to the 240 color pencil set as opposed to the 72 color set that I had previously. And so if you are looking for a really good pencil set, I want to encourage you to go with larger sets if you have the opportunity to, because they are going to be, you're going to get these more beautiful blends. Now, another thing that I will tell you right now is that this 240 color piece or colored pencil set is on sale. Now, it was not on sale for what it was the other day, because the other day it was like 60% off, but now it's on for like 40% off. But it is on sale, and it is definitely worth snagging while it's on sale, because it can be kind of pricey. But I can tell you that it is so worth it to grab it when it's on sale. Okay, so let's see. I'm just going to catch up on comments. Thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate that. Okay. Hey, Rhonda, welcome in. How are you? So glad you're here. Okay, so that's all the supplies we're going to need tonight. I mean, we'll need 1 or 2 things here and there that I will let you know about, but those are the main supplies that we're going to use. So everybody go ahead. Hopefully you've gotten your paper and your supplies out and you're ready to go. I am going to grab mine. I've already cut mine into the 4 ACEO sizes out of that 5x7 size, and I'm going to glue it down. Oh, no, you had to follow me again. I wonder why. You know what, Rhonda? Some people had to do that after the power outage and TikTok was down for a while. Jamie told me the same thing. She said it kicked her off my follow list for some reason, and so she had to follow me again as well. So I think it must have been during that whole like weird thing that went on with TikTok for about a week and a half that happened. So strange. I don't know. Very odd. Thank you, Stacy Lee, for the Go Popular. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take some washi tape or painter's tape or whatever tape that you are comfortable using to get you a good clean line. And you are going to tape your paper down. I tape mine to a piece of wood because as I'm drawing and painting, I like to be able to move it around to get it at the angle that I need it for, you know, drawing and getting my paint right. So I like to be able to move it. So I just tape it to a piece of wood. You can also tape it to like one of those clear stamping blocks or, you know, basically anything that isn't, you know, nailed down that's flat. You can tape it to whatever you want. I'm doing a 1/4 inch border all the way around with the washi tape. And that's going to give us a really nice frame around our design. Now we're going to do a peacock tonight, guys. So it's super cute. However, it does look like it might be a little tedious. So just be prepared for that. I have, Rhonda, but I'm going to show it again in just a second. Oh, small cutting board from Dollar Tree. That's an excellent idea. There you go. So it pretty much anything is good as long as you can move it. Okay. Oh, you were cooking dinner. I'm a little bit hungry. I probably should have eaten something before I sat down. Oh, spaghetti. Yum, yum, yum. I can't cook with spaghetti in my house because my husband can't stand pasta. So I always have to like only cook spaghetti when he's not around. But I love it. I'm a huge pasta person. Okay, we are going to move to the pencil part of our show this evening. Our tutorial this evening. So go ahead and pull out whatever pencil you want to use. I'm using the 0.5 in this set. And I am going to, we're going to do our background first, though. You know what? I'm going to do my background first. Remember, I told you guys, I'm going to stop forgetting to do my background. So we're going to take the 5 brush, and we'll do our background. Let me show you guys my the inspiration picture. I know, it's horrible, Rhonda. It's torture. Let me pull it up for you guys. Here is our Peacock. So everybody who is going to be painting with me this evening, go ahead and do a screenshot of our inspiration photo. This is an AI photo. It is not someone's art that we are stealing. I'm just going to throw that out there because I'm going to get some hate. So just know that all I did was ChatGPT has my art that I have uploaded, and I say, create me a whimsical, cute peacock in my style of art to use as an inspiration photo to paint with watercolors. And this was what it gave me. So this is what I am using as our inspiration. It will not look like this when we get finished. It will probably not even be close to this when we get finished. However, this is what we're going to use. So we at least have an idea of what direction we're heading. Katie, thank you so much for the follow. We're going to use, so we at least have an idea of what direction we're heading. Katie, thank you so much for the follow. I'm working here. Hang on 1 second. Let me fix this. There we go. Sorry, I have to get this. This goes every different angle. You guys, I'm not playing around when this tripod is incredible. If you guys are looking for a good overview tripod, this is a really good one. I can get any angle I want, from side view to top view to front view. I like everything with this thing. It is really, really good. I love it. And it has a light too. So like if I want to, I can put a light on. I don't think I need it for tonight, but if I want to, I can do that and turn on the light, and it, so you see the difference? Crazy. It has this overhead light, but I won't be using that. We don't need that. Okay. So, all right. I'm going to bring y'all down to here. All right. Are we all ready? We're going to start our drawing. And what we're going to do is we are going to start from the, we're going to start from the head. We're going to do the head first, and we're going to do it right here, just about 3/4 of the way down. So we have room for the little antenna looking thingy-majiggers, the antenna feathers is what I'm going to call them. I don't know what they are. Okay. And we're going to do just like a frowny face. So everybody just draw a frown like that. And then just kind of widen it out just a little bit, and then draw an oval. And bring it around. Okay, that's going to be our peacock head. I got to find my eraser because I have... What do I do with the eraser? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, I know where it's at. It's in the house because I was using it last night. All right, I made that a little wide, so we're going to fix it. Oh, you know what? I forgot the background. You guys. Gosh. Oh, Christy just reminded me too. Thank you, Christy Lee. Gosh, y'all. I'm telling you. Y'all, can y'all tell I'm very, very neurodivergent? Oh, my goodness. Let me finish the cheeks here, and we're going to shift to the background. All right, so we have the head drawn, but we're going to do the background first so that we can not mess that up because I'm the world's worst about that. It's okay, Stacey Lee. I promise. I should have reminded myself, y'all. I'm telling you. It's craziness. Y'all, I had such a crazy day today. I have to tell you what happened this morning while we're doing this background. Everybody get some clear water. Get it all over your background. And, ooh, make sure it's clear. Mine had a little bit of orange in it. Get it all over your background. So this morning, you know, I had my grandkids here, and we were sitting here in the studio. Riley, my little 3-year-old granddaughter, almost 3-year-old granddaughter, was playing with some toys, and Jackson was making something over at his desk. He's my 8-year-old grandson, and he comes in here and paints and does stuff all the time. I'm going to use pink for this background, so go ahead and make sure your paper is, you know, pretty saturated. Not super, but pretty saturated. I'm going to use pink for mine, and I'm going to use the Barbie pink, and I'm going to put it all over the paper. Just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to dry my brush, and I'm going to pick up the color like this. Now, you will really be able to test your paper if you do this, because if your paper starts to bead up or tear, then you have really crappy paper. So just letting you guys know that up front. Meeden does not do that. It does not tear. It does not bead up. It is an excellent paper for doing backgrounds. Okay, then I just go over it with my dry paper towel, just like this, just to make sure. And then we're going to dry it with our dryer. So, I need more than 99 things to put in my TikTok card. I love it. Hey, Tina K, how are you? I love it loafing around. You're funny. Okay, so this morning, so Jackson is sitting over there, and he's like, he said, hey, I need the X-Acto knife. And I said, no, you can't have the X-Acto knife. And if I had a nickel for every time I told him he could not play with an X-Acto knife, I would be so incredibly rich. But unfortunately, Talia, sorry. Wednesdays, every Wednesday, I do nighttime lives because I have my grandkids on Wednesday mornings. And I can't do lives with them here because they have to, literally, you have to have your eye on them 24/7 because they are, I love them so much. But they are wild, wild, wild. And we have a lot of fun, but it's also wild over here. So I can't do lives when I have them with me. So I do lives on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock. So this morning, my grandson was over at his desk, and he was looking at, or he asked for the X-Acto knife. I told him, heck no, you can play with that again for the 400th time. And I turned around and was working on some content and doing some painting and some videoing. And all of a sudden he screams really loud, and I look over, and he has gotten a hold of my X-Acto knife, and he had it, like, was using it to cut some cardboard, and it slipped, and it sliced his arm, like sliced it, like filleted his arm open. So of course I'm here by myself, and I'm panicked because Riley is only 3, or she's 2.5. And so I was rushing him in the house to try to get his arm cleaned up, and she wouldn't come, and I couldn't grab her and hold his arm, like hold my hand over the bleeding of his arm. And so I'm rushing in the house and screaming for her, and my husband's already at work, so he's not here to help me. I don't have a car. I mean, I have a car, but not one that I can put the kids in because my car's a 2-seater. So I couldn't put the kids in the car and go to the hospital. So I ended up calling his mom and was like, you need to come over here right now. Like, and Riley had ran outside. So like she was running in the front yard, and I was trying to get him like the blood and all the things, and also trying to get her in the house, and she wasn't minding. And it was just crazy chaos this morning. Anyway, he ended up having to go to the ER and get stitches. He ended up with 4 stitches in his arm. Learned a hard lesson. Also learned that he should probably mind me next time I tell him not to play with the X-Acto knife. But anyway, that was my morning. So by the time lunchtime rolled around, I was spent. Like, emotionally, I was in just a tizzy. So But anyway, he's fine and all the things, but still, it was like I had a morning. And then this afternoon I came home. We went to lunch after he got back from the ER, and we went to lunch and had some lunch. And then after lunch, I came home and I laid in the bed and I just like crashed for about an hour because I was just like overwhelmed. It was crazy. Okay, sorry guys, I got on a tangent there. Okay, so we're going to do the body now. So we're going to start with the neck. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to make that. I didn't mean to make that a whole long story like that. But anyway, that was my morning. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go down and out. So it's going to kind of come like at an angle, and it's just going to widen out at the bottom. Okay, so start about like not in the middle, but about a quarter of an inch over from the middle. Exactly, Tina, for sure. All right, so we're going to go down and widen out like that. And we're going to come down. We're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to come down and widen out like that. And this is going to kind of be flat right across here. Okay, and we're going to do the feet. So go ahead and erase the line where you want to put the feet on both sides. And the feet are going to be little ovals. So we're going to do a small oval here. We're going to do a little bit bigger oval there, and about the same size oval right there, like that. Okay, same thing, small oval here, a big oval here, and then here a little bit smaller like that. Okay, so now we have the feet. And now we have to do the arms. So we're going to bring the arms in from down here on the belly. Just go up like this, like a smiley face, and up here like a smiley face. Okay, and then bring those fingers down. So we're going to go in, and in. Okay. Uh-oh, that's a little off. Let's try this again. All right, we're going to go up like this. There we go. Okay. Like that. Same thing here. We're going to go up, around, and around, and then down and up. Okay, so now we have his little hands. You can make his hands bigger and have them like coming together like this, like holding a flower if you want. I'm not going to put a flower in mine, so they don't have to do that. Okay, we're not going to do the feathers because we're going to do those with brushes. And if I try to do those with a pencil, then I'm going to have to go over those exact lines, and we don't want to do that. So, let's see. LKK 11176. This is what we're working on tonight. This is the peacock that we're working on. So, hope that helps. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and draw the nose where we're going to go. It's going to go up and down, and then we're going to bring it to kind of a triangle little point. Ooh, that one turned out terrible. Let's try that again. I hate it when I do that. All right, up and down, and now around to a point. And around to a point. Sometimes you just have to go from both sides. Then we're going to bring that down and up. There's his little beak. Okay. Hey, Madam X, how's it going? Thanks, Samantha. We're getting there. We're not going to put feathers on him just yet. We're going to do that with the brush. So. Okay. We are going to do the little, the top whatever those things are that are on top of his head. We are going to do that, okay? So that we know where those are. And those are going to be little feathers, so we won't do the feathers, but we'll put the little plumes. Good one, Angel. Okay. Thank you, Rhonda. All right, so now let's do the eyes. So we're going to do around and around. I always tend to do his eyes too small. Like, I want their eyes to be big because that's what makes them cute. But for some reason, I'm always so, like, hesitant to do their eyes too big. There. And I feel like his nose is too low. What do you guys think? I think I'm going to bring his nose up. So let's erase his nose. And let's bring it up. Like right up underneath his eyes, like that. I like that better. Better. And then his eyebrows. Okay? So that is where we are at. Thank you, Angel. I like it closer up to the eyes. All right, so there's where we are with our peacock body. We're not going to do the feathers or anything just yet. We're just going to get him drawn. So get your kneaded eraser out, for those of you who have a kneaded eraser. If you have the pencil set that I'm using, this Nick Pro pencil set, which is right here. If you have that, it has a kneaded eraser in it. You just pull it out and squish it up and get it ready to roll on your paper so we can lighten up these lines before we start adding color. Okay? So just roll it all over him. To erase any harsh lines. His neck is kind of harsh anyway. I'm going to roll it. Open it up and do that. Okay. All right. Now we have him nice and light. And it is time to go ahead and put some color. All right. Ooh, I almost erased his nose completely. Let me fix that. There we go. All right. Now, hang on one second. I'm going to put some music on so when it starts getting quiet in here, when I'm concentrating, it's not so quiet. Okay. All right. Let's see. Sherry, thank you so much for that purchase. You're going to like that pencil set. It's going to be really, really good good to use. It keeps your lines very, very consistent. I love it. Looks like all the lines were gone, but when you fix the nose, they all came back. Yeah, right? Okay. So hang on one second, guys. This is not right. There we go. That is not the music I was looking for. I just want something quiet and relaxing. Okay. Let's go ahead and switch to our brushes now. Talia, I'll be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I know, right, R. Miller? I can't either. I have to have, I can concentrate and quiet, but I really like to have some relaxing music playing that kind of keeps me soothed, especially in the morning times. But, yeah, that's what I do. I have Bible study music that I play. I have a whole playlist. Yes, Talia, I will be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for our tutorial in the morning. Wednesday is the only day that I do nighttime lives. And I'll let you guys know that next week I'm going to be gone for my grandson's birthday trip. We do an annual birthday trip with him every year in February. So next week I will be gone until we'll be back home on Thursday. So I'll be on Friday next week. So I won't have any lives next week. And if I do, they'll be short and quick and nothing, because we're going to be gone on a trip. So I probably will not be live at all next week, honestly. I hate it because I really need to be live because it does help from an income standpoint, but we're gonna have his trip next week, so it'll be fun. Yay, Talia. Good. Yep. Set the alarm. Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and get going on this. We are gonna use the paintbrushes, and we're gonna use the Meeden ones. I'm gonna use the number 1, which is right, hang on, I have to find it, right here. Okay, this is the Meeden number 1. You're so funny, Stacy. We're actually going to San Antonio. We're going to take him to Fiesta, Texas, and then we're going to do the river walk, and we're going to do just all kinds of fun stuff. So, yeah. Normally, we do take him in the motorhome and go camping, but we found this really cool VRBO, and it had like a game room, and it had like a swimming pool and all kinds of like fun stuff for him to do, although it probably won't be swimming weather. But anyway, he was really excited about it. So we're not taking him in the motorhome this time, but normally we do. Sorry, I'm catching up on comments. Yes, set an alarm. I'm on, like I said, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then on the weekends, I just do pop-ups if I have the opportunity to, but not very often. So, okay, we're going to get ready to put some color to this little man right here. So let's pull him up so I can look at him. I'm going to do mine. I think I'm going to do mine in that beautiful blue color that they have him in. You can do yours in any color that you want. Just like when we did the dragon. The dragon was green, but I decided to do the dragon in purple. Let me see if I can find my dragon for you guys. Where is my dragon? Guys, where is my dragon? Guys, where is my dragon? In front of me, but for some reason he is not in my normal place. That's weird. So strange. Oh, I bet I know where it's at. Thank you so much for that gift. I appreciate it. Here is the dragon. He was in green, but I did him in the blue. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my blue out. And it is right here, I'm pulling this section, the cerulean blue and the lake blue. Those are the two blues I'm going to be using. Okay. And I will be, hang on, let me get my water clean because this is all yucky. So now I need to flush my water. Uh-oh, I'm freezing. You know what? I was having trouble with my internet earlier, so if I'm freezing, I'm so sorry. Sherry, thank you so much for purchasing those brushes. You're going to love those brushes. They are my very favorite brush set that I own, and I have a lot of brushes, but I'm telling you, they are the best brush set. Anybody on here who has these brushes will tell you how much they love them. Okay, well, if I'm freezing for more than one person, it must be my internet. I'm so sorry, guys. Just be patient with me. I don't know why it's doing that. Again, earlier I was having trouble with it, but I reset it and it seemed to be doing fine. But I have satellite internet, and satellite internet means that when the trees block it or the wind blows just perfect or anything else, it kind of goes crazy. So I do the best I can because I'm in the middle of the sticks, in the middle of nowhere, Texas. So we definitely do not have like good service out here. I do the best I can. All right. let's go ahead and put color on him. I'm going to take the cerulean blue. No, I'm not. I'm lying to you guys. I'm going to take clear water and I'm going to put it all over his head to where he is. I'm going to go around the nose, but other than that, I'm going to go all over his head and get him wet. And then I'm going to add the cerulean blue right across the left side. And then I am going to rinse my brush. And with clear water, I'm going to just spread that and drag it across. So you're going to have a little bit darker color on the left side. Okay, like that. There we go. Now I also want a little bit of a darkness to the base under here, like to the base of his neck right here. So I'm going to add a little bit there. And then, hang on guys, I'm going to switch my water so that I don't have to keep reaching around my tripod to get water. And then I'm going to dry my brush and spread that out just a little bit. So we have just a little bit of a shadow there. Okay. All right. Now we're going to do that same thing with the body, but we're going to skip, we're going to do water all over the body, but we're going to put the blue in the body, and we're going to do like a greenish color, like a greenish blue in the arms and in the belly part, like kind of like we did in the dragon where we put the yellow in the belly and then we put the purple all around. We're going to do that same thing here. We're going to go around the feet. Okay. And we're going to do okay, so let's do the blue right along here. And let's do, I'm going to use the, hang on, let me get it out of here. It's going to be the macaroon green, greenish blue, this right here. Okay, which is the, hang on and I'll tell you. It is the aqua green right here, this aqua green. That's what we're going to use. Okay. And I'm going to put that in the arms. And I'm going to put it kind of on the hips a little bit. And then I'm going to rinse my brush. And I'm going to spread this around. And I'm going to kind of let those kind of blend together. Keep spreading it all the way till they meet. We're still leaving the belly kind of open. And then with the belly, we're going to take a little bit of, let's see, what color do I want to use for the belly? A little bit of just the very bright yellow, the lemon yellow. Okay. Take just a little bit of that lemon yellow, put it in the middle for the belly, and then rinse your brush and kind of spread that around. So it kind of blends together. Okay. Now I'm going to take just a teeny tiny more bit of the blue and put it right up underneath here. So that kind of brings that together. A little bit more of this green on the sides. And on the arms, because I want it to be obvious those are different colors. But also I want a little bit of this blue in the base of those hips. Okay, go ahead and spread it so you don't end up with any harsh lines. Okay, all right, let's dry him. I know he looks like a hot mess. He's supposed to right now. Okay. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you so much. It is a pretty blue, isn't it, Stacey Lee? Okay, now we are going to do the feet. So we're going to pull out our detail brushes right now because we're going to need a small brush for the feet. These are the detail brushes I will be using right here. They are, y'all, the best. I love these detail brushes so much. I'm going to use the 18, I think. Yeah, the 18/0, and it is the short liner. Okay, I'm going to use that. I'm going to empty my water and get clean water. So everybody needs to have clean water for this. If you have the meet and paint toilet like I do, it's easy to do. But if not, you need just to make sure you have some clean, keep 1 cup of dirty water, 1 cup of clean water all the time so that you can dip into the clean water when you need it. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and I'm going to put these colors back where they go, and I'm going to pull out the orange. We're going to use this orange for the feet. This is the yellow orange. No, it's not. I'm lying to you. It is the... No, that... y'all. I must have this mixed up. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's why. Good grief. I'm losing my mind. It is the yellow orange. That was for the 48 color palette, the one I was looking at. I have this in the 96 color and the 48 color, and they're in different, the colors are in different places in each palette. So I need to put that one away so I don't get that mixed up again. Move it out the way so I don't grab that. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our yellow in the feet. All we're doing is just filling those in. Okay, now rinse your brush and go ahead and grab a little teeny tiny bit of this orange and just tap it at the base of each foot or each toe to give it a little bit of depth. Okay, now if it overtakes it, dry your brush and just lift a little bit of that out because you don't want it to be too much, and it'll be fine. Okay, just like that. Very nice. Okay, now we are going to do the beak. So I'm going to change brushes. I'm going to go with a little bit bigger, but it's still going to be a detail brush. I'm going to go with this, this 2 right here. It's a 2 round. Okay. Out of that pack. And I'm going to get that same yellow color. And I'm going to go over the entire beak with that color. Okay. And then I'm going to take that orange. I'm not even rinsing my brush. I'm getting a little bit of extra water because my brush was kind of dry. But you don't have to rinse your brush. You can, but you don't have to. And then you're going to just go right up underneath where the beak touches the bottom of the mouth and add in some orange there. Okay, if it starts to overtake the top beak, go ahead and wash your brush off and dry it off and just pick it up because it's okay for it to have a little bit of orange in it, okay? We want that to happen. We're also going to go up right over here in this left side. Okay, and give it a little bit of a shadow there. And then we're going to dry it. Sherry, thank you so much for purchasing those detail brushes. You're going to love, love, love them so much. This is such a great set. It's designed for like painting like miniature furniture and for like a dollhouse or for like model cars and things. But like I even use them for my earring sets. Like I use my detail brushes to do like my earring sets because it makes it so much easier to get into these small areas and like this. And I use this 96 color palette that I'm using right now to paint these with. They're wood and I use the watercolors to paint them, but I use these little detail brushes to do all of that. And they are amazing. I love them so much. They're the best. Okay. All right, so now we have that. Let's move on to, it's dry. So now I'm going to move back to my smaller 18 brush and I'm going to take that same dark orange, okay, and we're going to make a darker shadow right up underneath his mouth. So that like the base of his, like the opening of his mouth is darker than the rest of him, which is how it's supposed to be. Okay. And then you just want to make sure that's a little bit darker. We're going to dry that. And then I'm going to take the ochre, which is this small little brown right here. And we're going to do just a little bit of that. Don't make sure you don't have too much water on your brush. We're going to do that right up underneath as well. Okay. So he has that little shadow under his beak. Okay. Kaylin, thank you for liking my live. I appreciate it. Can't wait for my detail brushes. Oh, yay. I know. I can't either. Yes, Sherry, I am self-taught, and I will be the first one to tell you guys that I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm really good at pretending to be an artist. I learned, I've only been painting for about 2 years with watercolors, and I have learned from watching videos and TikTok and all the things. So, okay, we are going to need to, adult now, can't wait to see. I understand, Angel. Adult now, can't wait to see. I understand, Angel. Adulting sucks. Thank you, Sherry. Okay. So let's go ahead and do his little, what did we call these things? Talia called him something and now I can't remember. But we're going to do the blue. So just take your detail brush and go up. Don't go all the way up. We'll rinse it and make them lighter as it goes up. So now rinse your brush, just clear water, kind of spread those up. There we go. Okay. Plumes. Yes. It was AR said plumes. Thank you. Sorry, I couldn't remember he said it. All right. Okay. So now it is time to start getting the kind of the feathers kind of worked out. Now we don't want to go overboard on these feathers because we're going to need to do the little, the little colored eyes that are in each of the feathers. So what I want to do is I want to kind of just we're going to just kind of outline the idea of where we want them to be. Okay. We're going to use a green. I'm going to use this olive green right here as my base for kind of designing his feathers, okay? So he's going to have this little short feather that comes out here with the eye. And then he's going to have one that comes out above that. And it's going to kind of come out like this. And it's going to go around like this. Okay, so we're going to make kind of these little teardrop shapes. Okay, and then in the middle of those teardrops is where our little eyes are going to go. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to take, and honestly, I may not even do those eyes just yet. I may do those with my glitter gel pens and make those really sparkly. So we'll see. So we're not going to do the eyes just yet. We're just going to kind of do the feather itself. Okay, so this is going to be the one that comes out from here. Okay, and then we're just going to have little fuzzies come out. What do you guys think? You think I should do that with watercolor? I mean, I guess I could do the eyes with watercolor and then go back over them with the sparkly gel pens if we decide we want to add sparkle. Or we can use sparkle. Oh, we'll just use our metallics. Here, let's just pull out our metallic paints. We want yellow, blue, and orange. So I'm going to go with, I'm going to use the gold and the blue metallic. Okay, and the orange metallic, okay? So these are the colors that I'm using. They are right here. We're using we're going to use this metallic ocean color. We're going to use the metallic pale yellow. And we're going to use the metallic orange. Sorry, my granddaughter got a hold of my swatch card, so she decided she wanted to paint it all green one day. So here's how we're going to do that. We're going to take actually we're going to need two blues. So we're going to do the light blue and the dark blue. So we're going to do this top blue first, okay? This one right here. We're about to test these. We're about to test these metallics to see how amazing they are. Yep, good idea, Talia. Okay, so again, I'm going to condition this. Hang on, I'm going to spray this. 1 second, if I can find my sprayer. Here it is right here. Okay, that way he's wet. This one too. I don't want to spray near my painting because I don't want to accidentally get it on him. All right, so now we have this dark blue. So we're going to go, and it's kind of like a U shape, or it's kind of like an eye shape, but it's got a little divot in it like that. Okay. So it looks like that. We'll do this one too. So it's like a lily pad. It's shaped like a lily pad. Okay, like that. Rinse your brush. Now you're not going to want to touch that because it needs to dry before we add the next one to it, okay? So just let it dry. Okay, once it's dry, go ahead and take your lighter blue next. And we're going to go around it in a circle. Okay, it's almost not enough of a contrast, but we'll see once it's dry. Yeah, I think it'll be all right. Okay, same thing here. Ooh, that's sparkly though. Okay, now rinse and go ahead and grab the orange. Let me spray that too. Okay, and we're going to go around with the orange. Oh goodness, what was that? Did we do something good? Thank you for the rose. Oh, I must have hit a goal. Thank you guys for all the gifts. Thanks, Mom. Using a hairdryer heat gun. I'm using a heat gun. I'm using, and it's very quiet. This is my new one I just got. I love it. It's right here. This is the one that I use. I had one that I'd had for like 100 years, and it was super, super loud. So I ended up getting this one about 3 weeks ago, guys. I don't remember how long ago it was, but it wasn't that long ago. But I love it. It's nice and quiet. It has a high and low setting on it, which is nice. Okay, and now we're going to do the last one is going to be the yellow. Okay, so we're going to do this yellow, and we're going to fill in the whole rest of the feather with the yellow. Like that. Okay, then we're going to rinse it, and let's fill in our feather green parts. Okay, and we'll cover these with a lighter green too, but for now, let's just bring it out like this. Okay, so you just want to kind of fill that in. Okay, see how that works? All right, so now we're going to go up and we're going to do 2 more. So we're going to take this green again, and we are going to go kind of up like this, and we're going to go around like that. You can do different like pigmentation of your green, like more water on some and less water on some, so it has different hues. And that's fine. Ooh, dropped my brush there. Grief. Okay. And then we're going to do one. I'm going to do one that's right here as well. You're just going to kind of have to see where your drawing is going and where you're going to want to fill yours in with those feathers. Okay. Oh, I'm going to have to plug my computer in. What's my phone at? Ugh. I don't want to accidentally die on you guys. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. Okay, hang on one second, guys. All right, sorry. Had to get some plugs plugged in. All right. All right, we are going to go. I know he is, isn't he, Kaylin? All right. Let's just fill in. I think we'll do one right here as well. I'm just going to get all my placements done so I kind of know where everything's going to go. Okay, so we're seeing this kind of come together now. Do y'all see what it's doing? So now just keep going and use your, whatever yours looks like, to know kind of where you're going to put your feathers. Okay, I'm going to put another one. I'm going to bring one out like right here. Should probably be using my Fumi brushes for this, honestly, because they give me a much more consistent flow. Since I have so much feathers to do, it's less less having to dip back into my paints. Do y'all have those? Does any of y'all have? I know some of you guys have these brushes. Do you guys have those? They work really good for stuff like this. I should have been using them, but that's all right. I'm just going to use these. It'll take a little bit longer, but that's okay. All right, now I'm going to bring one up that comes up from behind his head right here. Like that. Then I'm going to want to bring one up here. Like that. And then we're going to want these right here. I'm going to make these like the other ones. I'm not going to make them round like the ones in the book, or in the book. The ones in the image. Because they look kind of like alien antennas in the image. That's AI for you. So we're going to make them look a little more feathery. Okay. And then let's go ahead and fill in all of the feathers. I'm just kind of doing like little zigzags with these to kind of just fill them in, these gaps, so that it looks nice and full. Okay. Are we at 30K? Did you say we were at 30K? Oh, no, we're at 10. Okay. I was like, what? Already? That was quick. Y'all, I got this really ugly message from somebody that won one of my drawings. And that I guess she didn't receive hers in the mail. And I'd mailed everybody else's out. And everybody else got theirs, but she didn't get hers. And I could not... The tracking information just kept saying in transit. And I was like, it keeps saying it's in transit. And Anyway, she finally sent me a message and said, "You're a scammer." And she was like so mad at me over it. I was like, what am I scamming? It was free, first of all. Anyway, I sent her another one. But last week, seriously, like not last week, the beginning of this week, I got it back in the mail. It was returned to sender because it said the address was not deliverable. But here's the weird thing is it was the same address that I sent the second one to that was delivered. So I don't know if it was a mistake on the post office part or how that happened. But anyway, I did get it back in the mail, and she kept saying I never even mailed it. And it finally came back to me in the mail. And I wanted to screenshot it and send it to her and say, look what just came back to me in the mail. But I didn't because I was like, I'm not going to be rude. That's what mine was telling me too. Kaylin, yours was telling you that it was in transit. Yours took a long time to get to you, didn't it? If I remember correctly. There was one in Oklahoma that took forever. I don't remember whose it was. I think it was Carrie's. But it finally got to her. But I mean, I do tracking on them for that reason. But she did not think I did. She was very insistent that I was scamming everybody. Which I don't know how that could be a scam when it was free. So, I mean, I didn't even make them pay shipping. So, I don't know how it could be a scam. It just doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, she was like, don't send me any more notices that you're live and da-da-da-da-da. And she was very ugly. I was like, okay, sorry about that. And I sent her another one in the mail and she got it, but she didn't respond after that. But I know it was delivered because I checked the tracking on it. So I know she got it. But she certainly didn't say that she did. All right. Oh, that one was a little thin. It's all right. Peacock's feathers aren't exact, right? Okay, let's go this way. I'm going to have to turn him upside down so I can do this with my right hand. Aw, thank you, Rhonda. That's okay. That's right. I had a really wonderful customer waiting weeks for painting. Yeah, it was weird. Like, all of the tracking and everything on a lot of my stuff that I sent out was like, it just kept saying in transit. And like, I have some free samples that were sent to me by a vendor and I got them like in 2 days, but it's still showing in transit on the tracking. So TikTok hasn't given me the ability to post the content yet, like so that I get credit for the content. And so I have all these videos ready for this company that sent me these samples, but until it shows that it's been delivered, I can't do anything with them. And I feel bad because, like, I want to post the content for the vendor, but I haven't been able to do it yet. They're ready, though. As soon as it shows that it's delivered, I have it ready to post, so. One of them is my watercolor paper that I got, that new watercolor paper that I haven't tried yet. I'm excited about it, though. All right, let's come up from here. I'm trying to see how I need to do this. I'm going to come out from here. I'm going to start down here because I'm afraid I'm going to mess up. There's that one. Good grief. What is going on? Oh. Okay. All right, we're going to go. I'm going to go out like this. Thank you, whoever that was that did that. Okay, he's going to be kind of womper jawed on one side. He's not going to look the same as the other side, but I don't think that's going to matter. As long as his feathers are up, right? All right, let's go ahead and fill these in. All we're doing is just filling in the gaps. Like that. These are light over here. I need to get some of this darker in. That's why I like those Fumi brushes. They're much more consistent on one side. That's true. Hair is thicker. Yep, you're right. Even one I sent on 9th hasn't gotten to Fort Worth. Well, Kaylin, you're the one you got from my EBAY site went out yesterday, so hopefully it won't take forever. You're not far from me. I didn't realize we were that close together. My husband, his band plays there a lot. There's a place called, I can't remember the name of the club that he plays at there in where you are at. But it's like 2 hours from us. And he has a band that plays there periodically. I want to say it's called the 19th Hole. I think it might be the 19th hole that's there that he plays. But anyway, so he goes there quite frequently. No, I'm sorry about the dings I keep getting. I'm a patient soul. Oh, let me see. He can purchase. Oh, yep. I just saw it. Sorry, Sherry. I didn't see that come through. Sure did. You're going to like that heat gun a lot. Thank you so much for purchasing that. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking some clear water and I'm going to take this bigger brush. Sherry, you are going to be my number one tonight, I think, when it comes to purchases. I am very, very grateful for that. Thank you so much. It helps. It really helps out, guys, when you guys support my showcase like that. Even if it's not on lives, if you just go and get things and you go to my showcase to purchase them, I really appreciate that every time. Because this is my income right now. So, all right. So I'm just taking clear water and I'm just going over the top of these to kind of spread that green out. So it kind of fills in the green. So you don't need to add any green to it. You just need to kind of go over it with clear water, and it'll kind of just give it that green, like, blended look, like is in the picture. So okay. All right, so we have our base feathers done. That wasn't so bad. I thought that was going to take a lot longer. but it didn't. It looks good too. I like the way that that looks so far. Okay, so let's shift back to our metallics and our little brush. I'm so glad you're enjoying it, Sherry. Like I said, we're on here every day, Monday through Friday. Wednesday nights is my nighttime, and then Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm on in the mornings. But all of my tutorials are uploaded to my Tube of You channel, and you can get that link off my TikTok. Okay, let's go ahead and get the dark first. And let's do that in all of these little eyeballs. I can't tell that it looks like a lily pad after I did that, so I'm just going to do a circle. Looks like a lily pad after I did that, so I'm just going to do a circle. Just for ease of use. You're going to do a bigger circle for the bigger ones. Okay. And this is why I tape to a piece of wood, so I can spin my art around when I'm painting, because I'm right-handed, so I need it to be on the right side. There we go. Okay, so we have all the blues, all the dark blues done. So let's go ahead and rinse your brush and dry those off. Very good. All right, now we are going to do the light blue, and I'm going to pull this lighter blue because for some reason that just didn't seem light enough for me. So I'm going to go with this one instead, which is going to be the metallic blue right here. I'm going to use that one instead. I don't think there's going to be much of a difference, honestly, and it's probably not going to matter, but I'm going to try it and see. Yeah, you can't really tell, but so either one will be fine. So neither one of them is a huge contrast, so. But go around it with the lighter blue. Very good. We're getting there, guys. Again, I'm using the number 18 out of this set. It's the 18 short liner. All right. Same brush, different color. Go ahead and dry that layer. And put these back so I don't forget where they go. I love this palette because, as you can see, you can pull these out and use them and then put them back. So it's one of the things I love about this medium palette. All right. Rinse your brush. And we're moving on to the orange now. So go ahead, let me spray it. Okay, and we're gonna go around with the orange. Now tell me if I get out of the picture, guys. Sometimes I don't pay attention. Okay. Well, I didn't have any idea how I was going to go about making them either, Sherry. I took a wild guess at it and a shot in the dark, and it worked out. Truth be told, that's how half my tutorials go. Those that are on here who watch me and paint with me every day can tell you that there are days that I go, you guys, I have no idea how we're going to do this, but we're going to try it. Because when I first started doing lives, which was in September of 25, is when I first started going live. And I came on and I did not really know hardly. I was still very, very, very green at watercolor. But I started going live because honestly, I needed to improve my income. And also, I wanted to get better at art. So I was like, well, I'm going to go live with my art because it'll push me to paint every day. And it will push me to be better and try more things. And honestly, the first couple of times I went live, I had people going, paint this, paint that. And I was like, there's no freaking way I can do that. And the very first time I ever did something I really didn't think I could do was a chicken. And everybody was like, paint a chicken. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do a chicken. But I was like, okay, let's try it. So we tried it and it wasn't bad. I mean, it turned out actually pretty decent considering I'd never done one before and didn't have a clue. But it was kind of from that point forward that I was like, you know what? When they ask me to do something, I'm just going to try it. And if it turns out to be a complete disaster, then so what? It's just art, right? Like it doesn't have to be perfect. And so we just started trying things. And now people are like, do a peacock. And I'm like, okay, we'll try a peacock. So that's what we're doing. And I have no idea when I started this how we were going to do it. But here we are. And we're kind of figuring it out as we go. And while it's not going to be museum quality art, I don't care about that. All I care about is that, number one, I'm hanging out with you guys and having fun and having some conversation and enjoying the evening and relaxing and winding down for the night. And when I'm finished, I'm going to have a piece of art that I, created. Whether someone else likes it or not, it doesn't really matter. Because the point is, it's really not about the result. It's more about the journey getting there and relaxing and having fun. So there is, and we get through it. Yeah, that's right. Rhonda, I am. I'm very relaxed tonight. I'm just chilling out. It's night and I'm tired because, well, I did have a little bit of a nap this afternoon after the whole, sliced arm incident. But so I'm not as tired as I normally am in the evening times when I do my evening live. Normally I'm so tired at this point that it's hard for me to even come on and paint. But I had a little bit of a nap today, so I'm feeling a little bit better. Also, I don't know about you guys, but I'm just going to say this. I don't know if I can say this on here or not, but I'm going to say it anyway. I've been wearing one of those menopause kind patches. And y'all, it has helped me a lot from an energy standpoint. I was skeptical, and I've only had them for about a week. You can look at some of my videos on my page about them, but I was shocked. It has really helped me. So if you guys are struggling with menopausal stuff, maybe, it's different for everybody. So can't claim for sure that it'll help you, but it has been amazing for me. Okay. Oh, we hit 30K. Okay. Here, let me start a giveaway. Now, guys, my giveaway, I'm just going to say it's going to be a pair of earrings, one of my pair of earrings. I don't know which one yet because I don't have them in here to look at, but I do wooden earrings with these watercolors. And so whoever wins the drawing tonight will get a free pair of one of my designs. Whatever I decide to send out, I'll show you guys tomorrow. I wasn't prepared for it tonight, so I don't have one in here, but so let me start that really quickly while we're finishing up the feathers here. All right, we're going to go let's see. We're going to do one, and we will do follow me and comment. I'm going to compliment my art, you guys, with the comment. Ha ha. Okay, I'm starting it. I'm on at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, Sherry. Okay, so if you guys will look, right up here is a little shopping bag. If you click that, it's going to get you entered into the drawing for the stuff. Yay, Talia. I can't wait. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you, Stacy Lee. See, I'm commenting how beautiful the peacock is. Or y'all are. Yeah, I'm doing that to make myself feel better. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. You've got that drawing's going to be for 15 minutes. So go ahead and click it and get entered. And then we're going to take this yellow now. And we're going to go around the insides of all of these and fill all the rest of this in with our yellow. Okay. So if you want to enter the drawing, just go right up there in the left-hand corner. Stacy, if periodically you'll comment so that people know that come in the room late that they can enter the drawing if they want to, or pin a comment or something that says, drawing up in the left or whatever. Because I'll forget to look up and remind everybody before the countdown goes down. I know I will, because, I'm neurodivergent and I'm going to be like, squirrel. Okay, so we're just going to fill. This sparkle is really coming out. Thank you, Talia. You're so sweet. I appreciate that so much. Okay, I gotta pull it back up because I'm getting... Okay. Okay, so I should have brought the orange down a little more on each of these now that I'm looking at the original, but that's okay. We're just going to leave them the way they are. Because I wasn't paying attention to my drawing when I was doing this. I was just doing it. So, and I could do that. I could go back and add the orange, but I don't think I'm gonna. Nobody's gonna know or care, quite frankly. I have to say thank you to Stacy Lee. She's always in here to monitor and help with everything. And I'm really thankful that she does that. She just does that out of the goodness of her heart. And so if you guys, tell her, give her a big thank you for that, because it does help when I have somebody monitoring, especially when we get like crazies in here that say weird stuff to get them out of here and blocked. There's been more of that, I think, recently after the power issue that TikTok had. I think they were out in full force for a while. All right. Okay, looky there. Look at that. He is sparkling. Yes, thank you, Stacy Lee, for reminding everybody that. I could, Samantha. I certainly could do that. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I think I'm going to just go back with this and go over. It kind of goes down like that more. It kind of comes to a point. Like that is what I'm noticing. So I think I'm going to just go back through and just add the points to the end of these. Yeah, like that. Oh, I skipped that one altogether. I have to go back in that one with the gold. Yeah, that looks better. Like that. Okay. Let me put the gold in right here on this one. I missed it all together. Okay. All right. Now we have that. Okay. So let's go. Let's see, how long do we have left on our drawing? We have 9 minutes and 5 seconds left. So if you guys haven't entered the drawing, right here, there is a shopping bag. You can go there and click it and get entered into the drawing for a free pair of my handmade earrings. They are painted with watercolors. They are laser cut on my laser machine. And I do all of them and hand paint them all. So I will be sending that out as a giveaway to one lucky person. All right, now we are going to shift over to our water. I like it. I like it, Talia. I think it's really nice. I don't know if you guys can see the shimmer or not, but it's very shimmery. It looks really pretty. Okay, so we are going to go. I do, Samantha. I sure do. And I usually release them I release a collection every kind of main season. So I'll have a spring collection coming out in March on there, as well as I usually post a few little Valentine's designs as well. I haven't really sat down and done that recently, and I need to do that because I've been putting it off, and I should have done that a long time ago. All right, so we're going to pull our thank you, Deb. We're going to pull our Sakura waterproof pens out. I'm going to use the 005 to start. Okay. And we are going to get first of all, let's get the eyes done, because those are really going to bring them to life. So let's get the eyes done first. So let's go ahead and outline the eye. And these are waterproof, so if we have to put paint over them, it's not going to smear, which is what I love. Let's go ahead and we're going to do kind of an inside right here. And then right here. Actually, we're going to make it bigger, like that. Okay. And then we're going to bring the eyelashes out. Like that. Okay. Now I'm going to take my ZSCM gel pen, my white one, and that is the one that I'm going to use for the dot in his eye, because it is my foolproof one. Thanks, Kaylin. All right, we're gonna go just like that. Okay, and we're gonna make this part of his eye white, like that. Okay, now we're gonna do the other side. We're gonna come down. And then we are gonna make our circle right there and color that in. You could use something bigger than the 005 for this. Wouldn't take quite as long, but I'm going to use the 005 for the other stuff, so I already had it out, so that's why I'm using it. But like an 01 or 02 would be better, honestly. Except for the eyelashes. You want the 005 for the eyelashes because you don't want them to be too big. Okay, let's always put the lid on your smaller ones. They will dry out really fast if you don't. So always on the 005, the 003, the 01 up to the 03. You always want to put the lids on, even if you're just going to set your pen down for a minute, you want to put the lids on. Because they will dry out very fast because they're teeny tiny. Okay, let's dry that. Very cute. All right, make sure that this. There. All right, so his eyes are done. Now let's go around the beak and make sure we have the beak outlined. Y'all, I am looking forward to this trip with my grandson. It's going to be so fun. He's going to ride the roller coaster for the first time. Well, he went to Disney World and rode roller coasters, but he was young for his Disney World birthday trip. So he didn't ride the big ones, but now he's big enough to ride the big ones. So I'm excited for him. Sorry guys, I accidentally put that in. And I wanted to make it darker. Okay. All right, so now we have his beak done. And we're gonna go kind of across the top here like this. Give him some little dots across the beak. Like that. And normally they have like a little dot right here and right here. So I'm gonna put that on there too. This one doesn't have it, but I just feel like they have that, like a duck's bill. Okay. All right, now let's go here, and we're just gonna kind of give him a little bit of hair as we go. We're just following the contour of his face, just giving him some hair. And right here at the top, we're going to kind of give him some longer hair. Just because that'll be fun. Okay. Okay, so now he has his little face. And now we're going to go down his little body. Same thing, just kind of give him a little bit of hair coming off of him. Doesn't have to be a ton. Let's do his feet. I don't like to do solid lines. I like to do these little kind of wispies because it makes it more natural and sketched feeling. It doesn't feel so like not, I don't know, it just gives it a little more character. Left to vote to win a pair. Oh, I forgot we were even doing the drawing. Okay, who was it that won? Hang on guys, let me look. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Let me see. See details. Who won? Amy! Amy is our winner tonight. Yay, Amy. You will need to send me information to send it to you. Tina, don't worry about missing it. It'll be on the replay on my Tube of You channel. You can always pull it up and do it there. Congratulations, Amy. Amy is our winner. Yay. Amy, if you will DM me where to send your prize, I will get it in the mail for you before I leave town this week. So, all you have to do is just DM me with where to send it. And we'll put some shading on those arms in a minute, so don't worry about them looking kind of weird, because they will get better. But we are going to make them a little fuzzy. Like that. Okay. All right. He looks good. Oh, we forgot his foot. Let's do his foot. Okay. Perfect. Okay, Kaylin. We'll see you later. Yeah, Amy, just shoot it to me and I will make sure that that gets sent out to you. All right, so now we are going to wet our brush again. We're going to shift back over to our Meeden #1 brush right here. And we are going to get some clear water under here, and we're going to just put some green in there. Okay, a little bit of green just to give it some ground to be standing on. Okay. Just like that. Okay, and let's try it. All right. Thank you, Amy. I will pull it up as soon as I get off of here so I can have it. And I'll show you guys tomorrow what I'm going to send out to her. Tomorrow morning, I'll go ahead and pull the earrings before before my live tomorrow so that you guys can see what I'm going to send out to her. I'll find a really cute pair for you. All right. Thank you, Tanya. Okay, so now we are about to, now this looks super cute. As much as I love it, we're going to add some colored pencil to it because we are going to bring it to a beautiful 3D look. We're going to get rid of the flatness, okay? So here are the pencils that I'm going to be using to do that, and I'm going to be pulling out my blue so that we can use those. So I'm going to use, this is a metallic teal, and I have this is a little, that's not quite light enough. Let me see if I can find a different one. Hang on 1 second, guys. I got to shift to my the other tray of blue here. Here they are. All right. So these are the blues that we have to choose from. Okay. So let's see what we got. Okay. I'm going to go with this one for the light. And then we're going to go, I'm going to pull this back so you guys can see what I'm looking at here. We want I think I'm going to go this one because it's really close to that, so it won't be a big contrast. And then we can go with this one after that. So we're going to go with these three. And I'm going to pull a really dark one too, just to be safe. We might need this one for something. So I'm going to pull it, but that's it. So these are the four that I'm going to be pulling for tonight for the blue. Okay. So I will tell you what those colors are in just a moment. I did not use watercolor pencils for them. I used a detail brush. I used my number 18/0 size out of this set right here, this golden maple set that I just pinned right down here. I don't know how I liked my own live. I don't know how I managed to do that, but sorry guys. I probably hit the like button when I was moving this around. But hang on, I gotta pour me some more 7-Up. However, I used that very small 18/0 brush, and then I went over it with clear water and kind of smeared it so that it had the green background to it. So, sorry, I'm pouring me some 7-Up. I had to get me some ice. All right. Any other questions before we get started on the colored pencil part of this? Okay. Here are the colors that we're using. We're using the pale blue. We're using the cerulean blue. We're using the light primary blue. And we have the primary blue just in case. Okay? These are regular colored pencils. These are not watercolor pencils. And we are going to do 3 layers when we're doing our shading. So this is how it's going to work. You know what? We're going to need some green too. We're going to need a little bit of a blue-green for the arms. So let me pull those too while I'm thinking about it. We're going to use the... I'm going to use those two. And we might even use this one. Okay, so I've got the light yellowish green, I've got the light aqua green, and the, I can't even tell what that says, the phthalo green, okay, for the arms, okay. All right, so we're going to take the light blue, and what we're going to do, we are going to color the entire side where it's shaded with a light, a very light touch. Okay, right here and right here. Okay, so light pressure over the shaded areas. Now what this is going to do is it's going to take that shaded area that we've already done. Hang on guys, I need to do this neck here. I missed it. It's going to take the shaded area that we've already done, and it's just going to make it look less flat, okay? So the next one is going to be the cerulean blue. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to do those same areas. We're not going to come out as far. Light touch, light pressure, and we're just not going to go out as far with them. So if we came all the way to the beak here, we're only going to go halfway to the beak, okay? Same thing here. We're not going to go down quite as far. And same thing here, okay? Then we're going to take the next blue, which is this light primary blue, and we're not going to go even close to as far with that. We're just going to go basically barely out with it. Okay. Okay, just like that. Now we're going to go with medium pressure, and we're going to do all that again with medium pressure. Okay, so medium pressure. Okay, now medium pressure, not as far out. Okay, and now medium pressure with the dark one. Now this is going to really bring him to life. Okay, now same thing. This time we're going to go with heavy pressure. Thank you, Sherry. We're going to go, I've taught gymnastics for 35 years. So if you can teach a 3-year-old to do a cartwheel, you learn to break things down in steps. Trust me. Heavy pressure. I just retired in September of 2024 from teaching gymnastics for 35 years. All right, heavy pressure with the medium blue. So we're going to go a little bit further out, but not as far as we did with the light blue. And then heavy pressure with the dark blue. Oh, I have a mosquito flying around. Hang on, let me try to get it. Got it. Got it. All right. Okay. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to need to bring this all together. So we're going to take the white. And normally if I had a light, super light blue, I would use that. But I don't have a light enough blue. So I'm going to use the white instead. I need to find my white though. Where are you? Here it is. It was hiding from me. Okay, so we're going to go in here with this white. And we're kind of blend that out so that it kind of goes together, so that it doesn't look so. And this is heavy pressure, guys. So heavy pressure over all of it so that it smooths it out. Okay. All right. Now, I really think I need to go out a little bit more with this light blue. There we go. That looks better. It's kind of looking a little weird there. Okay. There we go. Okay, that fixed it. All right. Did you use colored pencils for the feathers? Tanya, I did not. I used the metallics in the Meeden paint set. I used these metallics up here for the eyes of the feathers. And then I used the olive green for all of the feather like strips, like little flurries. All right, let's take our green and we are going to blend it together. So we're going to take this right here, this light color in the belly and in the arms here and right up underneath the arms. Okay, so it kind of blends out to the blue. And then we're going to take that medium. We're going to go right at the base of the arms. And right at the base of the belly. Like that. Okay. And then I don't think we need the dark, so I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to use the first two. So medium pressure this time. Okay. Actually, I'm going to go up underneath that too. There we go. And now heavy pressure. Heavy pressure. Under pressure. Okay. And then I'm going to go over this with the white. Kind of blend that a little bit more. Heavy pressure. Blend it out. And that's going to give him that little kind of round belly look to it. I think we need to go up all the way with this though. Like that. That way he's got that kind of round belly. Okay. All right. How's that look? Love how much it glitters even through the lens. I know, right? These the paints are super, super sparkly. I was going to use my ZSCM glitter pens, but I don't think I need to because it's got so much shimmer already. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Mita number 1 and I'm going to take the gold that I used, that same yellowy gold, and I'm going to splatter paint a little bit. Not much, but enough. Okay, and I'm going to cover his face because I don't want to mess up his face. So I'm going to cover his little face, and I'm going to splatter him with some gold specks. Not a ton, just enough. And then move him off of there. Okay. Now we have this beautiful little peacock, and look at all of that depth he has now that we put those colors on him. Doesn't he look beautiful? I'm using the color pencils. Sorry, I should have pinned those. I had them pinned and then I shifted it. These are the pencils that I'm using right here. It's the 240 set, and they are currently on sale. They're not as cheap as they were last week, but they're definitely on sale, and that is the time to grab them. I love these pencils. You have lots of color options with them, which is important for blending like we used today, because we used all of these to blend. So the more color options that you have, the better, and because you can do smooth blending and you don't end up with like harsh lines. So I love that. He turned out super cute, you guys. All right, let's go ahead and dry him up. And then we will pull him off of here. We'll pull the tape and show his beautiful background. What did we use for the background? Pink, right? We did pink on the background. I don't know if it'll show or not because we used up all of our space, but we'll have a little bit of a pink background on him left to see. But he turned out so cute, y'all. Oh, shoot. I can't get that to come up. There we go. There we go. You can kind of see the pink background here that we started with. But he is so cute. I love it. Thank you, Christy Lee. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So there is our peacock. That was a great suggestion. Whoever suggested the peacock. I think it was Rhonda. Thank you, Kiki Shepherd. I just love him. Super cute. I feel like he needs some like texture kind of over here a little bit. I'm just going to give him some dotted texture right through here and fix those eyelashes that got colored over with colored pencil. Darken those up where they need to be. And then he will be, I'm going to call him done. I love him. He turned out so cute. Yes, Kiki, we drew him at the very beginning. When I start my tutorials, we always do the drawing first. We do a background, then we do the drawing, and then we put a base color of watercolor down and do some shading with that. And then we finish up with our detail pen and some colored pencils to bring some depth to them so they're not flat. I'm on live. I do live tutorials every Monday through Friday, and I do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, 7 o'clock p.m. That is my live schedule as of now, unless I have something going on and then I change it. So, but most of the time I'm pretty consistent. I will not be on it all next week because I'll be on Friday, but I'll be gone on a trip next week. But I'll be on tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for sure. And guys, if you haven't grabbed these pencils, I just want to encourage you guys to have a really good set of colored pencils. And I want to show you guys, when we do colored pencils, like you can see, we did this dragon last night or yesterday. That was our tutorial yesterday. But look at the difference when you use, I have to do some other pen till I get the set used. Oh, that's okay, Talia. You don't have to have what I use. You can use whatever you're comfortable with. But, so this is without colored pencils. This is just, watercolor. Super cute. Love it. Love it. Love it. But it's kind of flat. This is with colored pencils. You can see the depth of the shadowing and everything. So it looks rounded and more, alive. That's the difference. So if you have a colored pencil set that you love, then that is what you want to pull out to do your final touches. But I love bringing out the colored pencils because they do give it that depth. So they're not flat. But they still look beautiful without colored pencils. So you don't have to have colored pencils, but I can just tell the difference in my art, excuse me, from before. So, and then like these are all with colored pencils. And these are all without. So you can see the difference. It's not that they're bad, they're beautiful, but they're just not, they just don't have as much depth about them as the ones with the colored pencils, if that makes sense. So, thank you, Kiki. Did we do a bunny, guys? We did do a bunny, didn't we? I can't remember. Oh yeah, we did, right here. Here's our bunny. Here's our duck. We did a duck. We did a raccoon. So these are all the ones that, and all of these replays are available on my Tube of View. So if you're looking to learn how to do these, you can go to my Tube of View and you can find the replays there, and they're in their entirety. So I don't edit them at all. I just upload them, and every one of them are already up there except for the dragon and the peacock, because those are the last two. But all the rest are already uploaded and ready for you guys to watch and do. And then, of course, all these are available on my EBAY. Okay? So if you guys are wanting to see the replays for these, feel free to go to my TikTok page, and you can find my Tube of View there. Okay? Any questions on that? And a bear and an inchworm. That's right. I have the bear, but I didn't print them out. The inchworm we did. I did print out the inchworm. These are my fine art prints because all of these are originals. All these originals have sold. So these are the limited edition prints that I have left. But there's the giraffe and the worm and the skunk and the fox and the hippo. So those are ones we've also done, and those are all available on my Tube of View as well. And the bear, which I haven't printed out yet. Okay, so let's go over everything that we used tonight so you guys know what supplies and stuff we used. And then we will be done. And those of you who painted with me tonight, thank you so much for hanging out and supporting my live as always. Those of you who purchased things, I'm so grateful that you did that. That helps me so much. And so I do a happy dance anytime anyone purchases from my showcase. So I'm incredibly grateful that you guys support me. Look at that sparkle on that. It's so sparkly. So sparkly. Thank you, Mask Mom. I'm glad you were here this evening. Look at the sparkle. Look at the sparkle. It's so, so pretty. All right. So we did the peacock tonight. Again, replay if you missed it is available on my tube of view. Okay. We started with the meat and paper. So if you guys do not have good paper, I'm telling you, paper matters. Okay. It is very important. Yay. I'm so glad, Mass Mom, you got to paint along. Yay, yay, yay. Did you have fun? I hope so. You guys be sure and tag me if you post your art, and also just send it to me privately if you don't want anybody else to see it. But it's all beautiful, so you should love it. And I just want to see, I just love to see what you guys paint and how different it is from what I do. So I love, love, love it so much. All right, so this is the paper that we use. I use the 5x7 for my originals, and the reason that I do is because you can fit 4 ACEO sizes on one sheet of this 5x7. So if you get 20 sheets in a pack, you get 80 ACEO sizes. Look at that. How cool is that? Okay, it is the cold press 100% cotton 5x7. That is what we use for paper. And guys, I'm not playing around when I say paper matters, because if you look at it, you can see this amazing, beautiful texture on this paper. If you look at my prints, my limited edition prints, you can see the difference. This is the lame paper. You can tell that's a print. This is the good paper. Look at the difference. You see that? This looks like an original, even though it's not. Okay, but if you look at this, you can definitely tell it's a print. It's because the paper is so good. All right, now for my limited edition prints, I use the 4x3, and I cut them down once they're printed to the 2.5 by 3.5 inch size. But for my originals, I use the 5x7. Okay, so these are all limited edition prints, but you can see that beautiful texture. They look very much like the originals because the paper is amazing. All right, so that is the paper that I use. Okay, it is this right here, Meeden watercolor paper. All right, so that's what we use paper-wise. Christy, I have a Canon Pixma 6820, I think. It's a large format printer. It's an inkjet. I love it. It is absolutely amazing. I've gone through 3 of them over the last probably 15 years. I've had the same printer, and I just, when it goes out, I buy another one. But they last forever, and they're a large format. They actually print up to a 13 by 19 poster size, and that's what I use for my printing. I hope that helps. All right, now the next thing that we did was we used, hang on, let me find it. We used this Nick Pro mechanical pencil set. That is what we use for our drawing. And I always tell everybody it is super important to have a good mechanical pencil set if you are going to do any kind of sketching or drawing, because you get a consistent line with mechanical pencils. Okay, so if you want a wide line, you go with your 2.0. If you want a thin line, you go with your 0.5. But that, it doesn't, like with a regular pencil, what happens is that lead dulls and then it gets wider and wider and you don't get consistent lines. But with a sketch pen, a mechanical pencil, it just gets shorter. It doesn't get wider. And you just have to make it longer each time. So this set gives the 0.5, the 0.7, the 0.9, and the 2.0s. So it's a great little set. And it comes with all of the leads that you need as well. So it comes with your HBs, your 2Bs, your 4Hs, all of that. You get colored leads, you get extra erasers, you get a kneaded eraser, you get 3 of these soft erasers, and you get pencil sharpeners for your 2.0. This is an amazing set. I like it because it gives you that consistency, okay? Right here, I will show you when I was drawing this lion, I did this in, I did it in pencil and then traced it with my fine liners, but I needed these hairs to be very consistent in their width. So using a mechanical pencil got me that, but using a regular pencil would not. I would have had some of the hair would have been thin lines and some of them would have been thick lines because this would have gotten duller and duller and I'd have had to keep sharpening it, okay? But I don't have to do that with a mechanical pencil, so that is why I like to use that. Additionally, when I'm doing like my draw your day stuff, I'm able to get the widths consistent that I want. And then, you know, if I want some really thin shading, I can use the 0.5. And if I want some heavy shading, I can use the heavier stuff. Okay. So like for this, for the date on my draw your day, I used the 0.9. And for all of like this shading around the windows and stuff here, I used the 0.7. And then for this, I used a 2.0. So you can see like when I was using, but it all is very consistent because I used the mechanical pencils. So all of the sections that I use the 0.5s on are all the same. All the ones I use the 0.7 on are all the same. And that's because I use the mechanical pencil instead of the regular ones. So that was, so I really, really like this mechanical pencil set. We did a peacock tonight, Jamie. I'm about to show you. All right. Ta-da-da. That's what he looks like. Isn't he cute? He's got the sparkles. Like these are all the metallic paints. Love it so much. Love, love, love. I know he's cute, isn't he? Or she. I guess it's a she. I don't know. We should have put a bow on her head or something. Some flowers or something. Violet May, thank you for the follow. I'm going to follow you back. Da-da-da. Let's see. What kind of book do you use for Draw Your Day? This one is a, what company is this? Hang on. It is a Archer and Olive. This is from Archer and Olive, and it is a 10 by 10. No, it's an 8 by 8. This one's an 8 by 8 Archer and Olive. I use a lot of Archer and Olive journals. I just like their journals. They're not on TikTok Shop, but I really, really like them. That's okay, Jamie. You can watch the replay. It'll be on my tube of you. Okay, so this pencil set, we use that. The other thing that we used tonight were the Meeden brushes. We used the Meeden brush set. You guys know I love me some Meeden brushes. I'm going to just rant and rave about these Meeden brushes because I love them so much. I have the 4 brush set, which is the 1, 3, 5, and 7. And they do not rust, which is one of the things I absolutely love about these brushes, is you don't end up with rust in your art, which is very, very nice. Christy Lee, thank you for the follow. I'm going to follow you back. And they also don't shed because the ferrule stays really solid on these. They're also very, very short, so you can control your strokes really well. And they are very ergonomically built to reduce hand fatigue. So if you're painting for a long, long time like I do, you're not going to get your hand doesn't wear down as easily. So I love that about these. They hold a ton of water and they hold their shapes. I've had this set for a year and almost 2 years I've had this set. I love this set. They are my go-to brushes for pretty much everyday work. I mean, I even use them for all of my jewelry that I make and all of my Christmas ornaments and all the things that I make, that I hand make. I use these brushes for that. I use them for everything. They are a professional brush set. but they don't cost a professional price. Like they're reasonably priced. So I love these brushes. So we use those. And then the other brushes that we used tonight were the, let's see, hang on, sorry. How in the world do you open paper? Oh, yeah, I had to do that the other night for somebody. I had to show y'all. Let me show you guys how to do it. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take a very sharp X-Acto, okay? And here's the thing. This is why my grandson sliced his arm today, because I had just changed out my X-Acto blade to do exactly this. So he was using this morning without my permission after I told him no, and it slipped. And when it slipped, it caught him and it sliced him open, and he ended up having to get stitches. So, but you take the X-Acto and you put it right up underneath the one sheet of paper. Okay, so you lift it up and you put it up underneath there like that. Okay, just like that. And then you drag it like this. And you just go all the way around. Okay, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to take this paper off of here just yet. But that's how you do it. You put it up underneath the page and you drag it all the way around until it pops off. And you only do one sheet at a time, because that's what protects the edges of your paper, is this glue that's around it, okay? But make sure that your X-Acto is very sharp. Otherwise, you will tear your paper. You want to make sure it's very, very, very sharp. Okay? Hopefully that helps. Totally get that. Yeah, I'm glad you asked too, because I have a lot of people who ask that question. I go over that probably at least 3 times a week with people on how to do that. Because when I first got it, I just want you guys to know, I learned that through trial and error and messing up my paper. So I'm glad that you guys asked so you don't waste your paper, because I wasted a lot of paper trying to figure out how to do that. It was very frustrating. It should come with instructions, in my opinion. I'm lying. I think it does come with instructions, actually. Yeah, it does right here. But it tells you to put it in and then to drag it all the way around like this. But those aren't very good instructions. Okay, so anyway, so we use those. The other set of brushes. Oh, sorry, guys. Let me hit that. The other set of brushes that we used were the Golden Maple detail brushes. We used the 18/0 tonight, and we used the number 2 tonight, actually, which was the larger one. We used the number 2 round, and we used the 18/0 short liner. But the entire set is 20 brushes, and they fit into this little case right here. They're amazing little brushes. I love them. You get your flats, you get your liners, you get your rounds, you get your angled brushes, and you get a fan brush. And these are an amazing little set, guys. I love, love, love this set. It comes with this case, and it just hangs on my pegboard right up here. And I keep it there all the time. And I use these a lot for my jewelry, because my jewelry is very small sections, and so I have to use detail brushes a lot for those. These are designed for like dollhouse furniture and those model cars and things like that, like miniature painting. So that is why I love them for like my jewelry, because when I do my jewelry, you can see that these are little bitty small areas that I have to paint. And so I will use my miniature brushes for those. Okay. All right. So that was the other thing that we used. And then we, of course, used the Microns, which is our waterproof pen. You always want to use a waterproof pen when you're dealing with your watercolor, because if you put water over the top of it, you don't want it to smear. So always use a waterproof pen when you are trying to do watercolor, so that if you do have to go back and put water over it, it won't smear. Okay? Because I promise you, if it's not waterproof, this is what happens. You see how that smeared? That was not a waterproof pen. So you want to make sure you use a waterproof pen when you're doing all your stuff, and also when you're signing your work. You don't want to mess up your signature by dropping water on it like I have done, unfortunately, too many times to count. So I've started signing them with a watercolor brush or a waterproof brush or pen, because before it wasn't. I would just sign it with a regular one and then it would smear. So we don't want that to happen. We want your name to be legible on your art, okay? So we use the microns tonight. Another one that I love is the grabby ones. The reason I like the grabby ones is because they, not only are they waterproof, but you also get colors. So if you, as you can see right here, these are the grabby ones. They're all of these and all of these, and that you get the colored ones out of the grabby set. And the microns, you get just the blacks. So these are all the microns and these are the microns. But the grabby ones, you get the blacks and the colors. And there's 20 in this set and there's 16 in this set. So that's the difference in the two sets, if you're wondering. Okay. All right. Tina, it is the same as my TikTok channel. It's the same name as my TikTok channel. But if you go to my TikTok channel, you'll see a place where you can find all of my LINKS's. And it's on there, if that helps. And you will be able to find all of my replays on there. So any of the tutorials that I do live here, then I upload to my Tube of You. Okay? So hopefully that helps. Beth, thank you so much for the follow. I'm going to follow you back. All right. Any questions on anything? The last thing that we used were the colored pencils. And again, these are on a sale right now. So if you're looking, because they're kind of pricey, but oh my gosh, they're worth it, y'all. So if you, for some reason, are wanting the colored pencils, tonight's a good night to get them because they are on sale. And they are the Color. They are 240 pencils in this set. And they are amazing. And so we use those to do all of the shading that you see on any of my pieces. The dog is, I had to replace my frame today, but this dog right here has the cutest shading on it. I'm just going to pop him out so you guys can see what he looks like. But the shading that I did for him was all done with those pencils. Look how cute he is. Y'all, I love him so much. He's my favorite. Out of all my stuff, he's my favorite. But Tina, the Peacock will be up. It'll probably be up tomorrow, by tomorrow afternoon. I try to get them done within 24 hours of the live. I do my very, very best to get them up within 24 hours. So everything is on there except for the dragon, which we did yesterday morning, and the peacock. But all the other stuff is already on there. So, but anyway, so these pencils are really, really nice for doing all of the shading work that we do on top of the watercolors. So if you're looking for a really good pencil, sorry, that's not a pencil. Good colored pencil set, then these pencils are great for that. Okay. All right. So that is all of the supplies that we used tonight. If anybody has any questions, please pop them in the comments so I can answer them for you. That is what I am here for. Just so you guys know, I will probably be on doing some coloring at some point too, because I love these colored pencils so much, guys, and I want everybody to see how amazing they are. So I thought I would come on and do some coloring so you guys could see the shading and how these pencils work, because they are absolutely gorgeous the way that they shade. I just really love them. Thank you, Mask Mom, for those gifts. I appreciate that so much. But see, you can see the beautiful shading that these do. I love, love, love these pencils so much. Love them. So I'll probably come on and do some lives. I might even bring these pencils with me when I'm on my trip, and those might be the lives that I do, is just some coloring, because I won't have all my stuff to do a tutorial, but I might come on and do some coloring lives just so you guys can see some blending stuff, because I've had a lot of people ask me about blending and how to do that with colored pencils. So I thought doing a colored pencil, like a coloring live, would help people to understand those layers and how to blend and all of that kind of stuff. So that may be something I do. And these are my coloring books that I make myself, or that I write, because this is a devotional coloring book called Colors of Faith. And so it's good for me to get into my coloring books too and see, the things that I don't like about them, so I can fix it for the next go round. Because I have a new one called Colors of Forgiveness coming out soon, and it's a follow-up to this one. So, and each one has a devotional and then a coloring page with it. So those are also on my TikTok page if you want to see those and where you can find those. All right, I'm going to put these colored pencils up that I am done with, and that is all I have, unless anybody has any additional questions for me. Please let me know. Thank you, Mass Mom. All right, so I will be on tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for our next tutorial. And this was the peacock that we did today. I'm so grateful that you guys all hung out with me tonight. Thank you so, so much. Amy, I will be sending your prize out to you for the giveaway. And I will show you guys that in the morning, because I didn't have it in here to show you guys. So I will show you guys that in the morning on our live tomorrow morning to see what Amy won. It is one of my hand-painted earrings. And yay, Mass Mom, I can't wait to see it. So you guys have a wonderful evening. And thank you again so very much for hanging out. And everybody that made purchases, you guys are awesome. It helps me so much, and I'm so grateful for every one of your purchases. Every time you buy something from my showcase, I do a happy dance. You just don't get to see it. So thank you guys. Stacy Lee, thank you for being my moderator as always. I love you, sweet thing. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right. Bye.